Welcome, Gemini, back to a reading. After yesterday's reading with you guys, I have a lot of questions. Let's just put it that way. And I sat in meditation today, came up with some really great questions to ask because I was perturbed by the energy that we found. And my digestive system wasn't doing very well right after that reading, and all day yesterday. It was like the reading really took a toll on my body and took a toll on me. And if it's doing that to me, then it must be doing a lot to you. So I'm going to connect in and see what we can find out and answer all these questions that you may have about this person. We'll go into great detail today, as best I can, in general energy, okay? So we're going to look at the energy of the Gemini collective. I'm asking the angels and spirit guides and lovers in spirit in the universe and whatever you believe in to bring us all the answers. My ascended masters, anybody who's helping me with channeling all this information, I'm asking them to be with us today. I'm looking at the sun, moon, and rising signs of the Gemini collective. Like, I started having trouble speaking yesterday when I was doing your reading and everything. So whatever you are dealing with, and I have other people are watching these videos as well, because we're all swimming in this Gemini energy. And although we might not be feeling it as big as you are, or we are, but it's playing out differently. Like in my case, I have this very similar situation, although I do have Gemini in my chart somewhere. I can't remember if it's like my Jupiter or something. I can't remember, but it's in my chart. So I am having something as well. So that's why it was probably easy for me to come up with these questions, easier per se, because I do have some Gemini. But let's really dive in and see what's going on. Okay. So, yeah. So questions. I have so many. So as I'm shuffling right now, I'm telling the universe I have a lot of questions. And I want to help as many Geminis as I can and find out what in the heck was going on yesterday, because it really did mess up my digestive system. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm not feeling well. And I felt great before the reading. I dove into it. It was like, oh. So let's do this. And you know what I'm going to do before I even get started too is I'm going to use all of these oils that are for my my strengths. So the first one I made was belief. It's for my crown chakra. The second one is maximizer, which is my third eye. All right. Let's see. My third one it's coming off, but connectedness helps me connect with you, connect with my guides, and that goes with my throat. It helps me speak better. All right. And then includer, and I just made these myself based on the oils that go with these strengths. The next one is relator. It goes over my solar plexus. I couldn't think for a second. All right. And the next one's going to be my creative chakra, or my sacral chakra, or my sexual chakra. Although my person that I'm talking about with this energy is not a lover for me. This is a different type of relationship. So I need to figure out what's going on too, just like you. And I think other people are too, because so I told them all to watch the Gemini videos. So it's not just you, it's like everybody. So here we go. You guys, we got questions. Let me make sure we're still recording because the retrograde gets me. All right, we're good. All right, here we go. And after this, I got to go take my daughter to get a haircut. I'm getting one too. We're doing redos. We're not doing anything different than we haven't ever done before. So we're good to getting a haircut during the retrograde, I hope. We'll find out. You'll know at the next reading. All right, so here we go. So my first question is to this person. Where are you at in your healing journey? I'm going to use a couple of different decks for this one. I want to know, where are you at in your healing journey? Oh, if you like this reading or entertained in some way, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. If this energy doesn't resonate with you, remember that it can be reversed. You can assign the roles as you please. Stick around because I have a lot of questions. I bet you do too. Okay, so where are you at in your healing journey? to this person. If you haven't seen the last Gemini video, you need to go check it out. I guess I could put it at the end of this video, or I could put it in the description box. Look for either one of those places, okay? But in that video, we cut cords for those people. Let me catch you up. We cut cords to this person that isn't letting Gemini go forward to their actual love. It's actually holding them back in this really weird kind of place for them to feel these emotions. Oh man, where are they at in their healing journey? Wow, that is not good. All right, so I have a bunch of cards here. Let's get some more. If you thought this person was healing, they're not there yet. And so I'll tell you in a second, but let me just throw down some more cards. Basically, what I can tell you is, so the devil's in the middle, which means there's a lot of toxicity around making amends. So like what's holding them back from being, they have a lot of past resentment. That's the problem. Interesting. They're holding back this reunion, this celebration, this, I'll look at it. Let me get more. Where are they at in their healing journey? Okay. So, this is interesting. This is what I got so far. They're holding on to past resentments. The reason why I know that it's negative is because we have the devil energy that's in between these two. So it's holding you back from this because they don't want you to be happy. So they're holding you in this energy because they're not happy and they don't want you to be happy because, why should you be happy if they're not happy? So they feel like they need to do everything in their power to hold you back so that you can't be successful, you can't be happy. And it's so crazy, like, why would people do that? Why? That's the question I have. Why do people do that? So you can't be happy, you're only in charge of your own happiness. Why are you trying to control mine? Like, who are you? So the question is, are you even healing at all? And I don't think so. It doesn't feel like it to me. So no, they're not. So that's the card that flipped out. That's the transformation card. When it's right side up, it means that they are healing and they're transforming and they really want to do this. So this person is a liar. I'm sorry, but they're a manipulator. They're a liar. They will make you believe that they're trying to transform. They'll make you believe that they really want to change. I really want to change. Just stay with me. Just stay with me. I really want to change. So whoever we're talking about here, this person isn't planning on changing. And I think you know that. They're resistant to change. They're not interested in a personal transformation. So when I asked that first question, are you healing? I got the same exact cards, but in a different way. So I got the Five of Pentacles, which is another 5, and saying that they're in spiritual poverty. They may seem like, oh, I'm so spiritual, for those people who have someone who's like that. Oh, I'm so spiritual. They know how to talk the talk, but they don't walk the walk. It's confusing to you because you're like, well, I mean, you're using the terminology like you're healing and like you're getting better. But what I'm seeing is that you're not. And some of you guys, they're not using terminology. They're not even interested in a spiritual journey at all. So for some of you guys, you were being manipulated. It was manipulation and making you believe that they were just as spiritual as you are so they could be in your life, or they were just as loving and as you were so they could be in your life. But the reality is that they're not. They're not. It was either used for manipulation, or you're seeing that they're not into it at all, right? They have too many inner child wounds keeping them from their happiness, and they're not interested in looking at them at all. See, that's the happiness card, keeping them from their happiness. So they're not interested at looking at their childhood pain at all. Like they may talk about it, but it's a very superficial talk about. It's not the kind of talk about where it gets real deep and that you know that there's healing happening. You're like, oh my gosh. Like, for instance, when I had a friend who was going through this really traumatic experience and she reached out to me, you could tell that there was healing happening. You know, like I could sense that there was real healing happening, opposed to someone who's saying they're healing and they're really not. You know, and it's like I'll tell people when I hear them healing, I go, oh my gosh, I'm so proud of you, because I know how difficult it is for you to go deep down into that wound and pull it out, you know, and pull out that pain. You can hear it in somebody, but I know it can be very confusing when you really want someone to heal and you really want a relationship to go really well, and you're like, but I just know that they're healing. But you got to really take a step back and really look at it. Are they really, or are they just doing the motions? Are they just doing that to kind of draw you in and make you believe so that you won't leave? You know, so that they can continue to ruin your life. All right. So no, this person isn't even healing at all. Okay. Let's find out some more. This right here, they're telling me not to explain this yet, because that's for you, and I need to explain that in a minute, okay? But I want to find out. So, was your harm intentional to Gemini, to the, you know, or what? Just whoever we're looking through the eyes of Gemini, doesn't necessarily have to be Gemini, okay? Because there's lots of people who are going to be watching this that aren't Gemini, and I understand that. We're just looking through the lens of Gemini, because there's been some hurt with individuals as this retrograde goes on, and we're all looking at it. So let's look at it. Was your harm intentional? Did you really mean to hurt me? Like, did you come into the relationship with the intent of hurting me? Okay, that's the question that we're asking. We're all asking that, not just Gemini, but let's dive into this and find out. Was this hurt intentional? Did you want to hurt me? Okay, this person was so caught up in their own crap. They weren't looking outside of themselves. They really weren't trying to move forward. It's a very selfish energy. So we have an 8 of Cups upside down though, which means they were avoiding their own stuff and you were part of their avoidance, there you go. You were part of their avoidance. They fear change. They fear any kind of losing of themselves. You know, losing what they created, losing what they built, losing any, because it seems to me like this person built a persona. And, you know, when they're not hurting other people, then they're hurting. You know, it's like for some reason it makes them feel better when they hurt other people. It almost like gives them a win, or makes them feel like they're better than you or bigger than you, or you're such a fool, or you're so stupid you didn't see it. Ha ha ha, like that. That's that's an ugly energy to be in. I was a little bit not sure I wanted to do this type of reading because I was afraid I would get stomach upset again, because the energy is so ugly. I'm just going to be real honest with you. This is not pretty energy to be in. So anyway, that's coupled with they like to create confusion in people's lives. They know what's going on. It's very narcissistic energy. They know exactly what's going on. They like to overload people with information. They love to love bomb people. So people don't, they love people to be in a state of confusion. And if you realize it right now, we're in this type of state right now, not just in our relationships and our personal lives, but all over the world. The whole world is confused. We have people confusing people about gender. We have people confusing people about their rights. We have people confusing people about race right now. Everybody's like, oh my gosh, I don't know who to trust. I don't know what to do. I don't know this. I don't know that. I mean, it's just like crazy. And the people who really feel like they got a grasp on this, they're staying out of it at all, because if you go against any kind of anything, then you know you're labeled something. So people are just like, you know what, you guys do what you want to do. I'm going to be part of the new earth. I'm not part of this old earth. Whatever this is, you guys have fun with that. I'm not doing it. So there's a lot of confusion, not just in this relationship, but it's all over. is the hurt and is it intentional? Yes. The confusion is intentional. Yes. The making you indecisive and not sure what to do and not sure where to go and where to turn, and you don't even know what gender you are now. Sometimes people are like all confused. Like you go listen to all these people who have actually changed their genders, and I don't care what people do. I'm going to be real honest with you in this channel. You can do what you want. I'm more on the lines of, it's a free country. Do what you want. Just don't invade my space. You know what I mean? Like with whatever you're doing, you can do whatever you want. You have free will. You have that's your right on this planet is free will. You know, so. But here's the thing is like to keep everybody confused. And the more you can keep someone confused, the more you can control them. So let's go back to your person. The more they can keep you confused, the more they can control you. And that's where they feel like they can go. That feels like that's the only way that they can move forward. They have to move forward with protection around them. They have to move forward with swords around them. As long as you're trapped in swords, as long as you're trapped, then it's like, here's this card, look at this. And I've never read this card this way, but this is how they're having me read it. So here, I'm going to start here. I want you to see this card. The person, this is a part of somebody who doesn't want to move forward. They don't want to look at their crap. They don't want to have to do it. So what they do is they keep everybody else around them in confusion. They have cover stories all over the place. They're cheaters. They're liars. They're manipulators, and it's not manipulation for good. Sometimes you can, if you have a surprise birthday party, for instance, you can manipulate the person into believing something else because you have a surprise for them and it's so amazing and they're going to love it. That's a different type of manipulation. That's why we know how to manipulate. But that's not this is not the type of manipulation this person's doing. This is they're hiding money. They're hiding things from you. They're hiding everything. They're just hiding information. They only give you little bits and pieces of information so that you will stay. Just enough for you to stay. And this is why I'm going to show you. This is what they're doing. They want to keep you trapped in swords. You're the baby and the female. And I don't want to say female like that's less than, but the male is standing up with a male energy. We have a female energy, so the feminine side of you, the feminine part of you, the part of you that's vulnerable, the part of you that's creative, the part of you that loves connection, the part of you that wants something special, is dominated by this masculine male energy over you, which is saying you're gonna go where I want you to go because I'm the one who's in control of the boat. You put your head down and you be quiet and you shut up because this is where we're going, and I'm taking your inner child with me because my inner child isn't even here because I don't even care about my inner child. I left that inner child long time ago somewhere else. I'm not trying to connect with my inner child, but since you're doing your inner child work and you're doing your thing and you're trying to become a real person, guess what? No, you're in my boat. You can't go anywhere because there's water all around you. Swim, because that's all you're going to be able to do. You know what? Just swim. Yeah, and you know what? You can see in the public eye right now, you got Johnny Depp. He has this same situation. You have Jada and Will Smith are in this same situation. And you have a lot of this going on right now where somebody's trying to control and manipulate someone and keep them down and keep them knocked down at the knees so they can't go anywhere. Wow. So, because look at how far away that person is from the land. Get swimming, you know what I mean? And what happens if you can't swim? They look for people who can't swim. Oh, you can't swim? Great, you're my person because I'm going to put you in a boat and I'm going to lead the way and I'm going to trap you with swords all around you. So if you try to go forward, you're going to get cut. And all you can do is go backwards with me, or you can go sideways. And one side's really rough, and the other side's going to take you a long time to get to shore. That's basically what's happening here. Wow. All right, so let's move on. Did you create this whole thing just to be brutal? Well, we kind of already answered that, but let's see what else we can get out of this, okay? Did you create... Oh, you know what? I'm hearing to go to these cards right here. All right, what do we got? Did you create this whole thing just to be brutal? Just to hurt me? That's pretty much the same question we answered, but I had that question again. because I got somebody brutal in my life, and we all do. You know, nobody's perfect. I mean, Johnny Depp's got millions of dollars, and he has somebody brutal in his life, and he's not the only one. I'm just using him because he's in the limelight right now, and everybody seems to know the case, you know. But I mean, it doesn't matter how much money you make. It doesn't matter how good looking you are or not. None of that matters. Everybody deals with this. Nobody is exempt. All right. So, do you want to know if they were being brutal? They said they knew that you would keep coming back. So they knew that when they met you, that you were the type of person that was going to try real hard, and you had such a good heart, and they knew that you were going to keep coming back. So they said that you're easy to see through. You were so easy to see through. They know that you don't really have a connection. They were playing it. They were playing it and making you feel like you had this connection. They wanted you to feel chemistry that wasn't there. And I have this card right here, and I'm not understanding what this means because it's not jiving with the rest of the energy. There it is right there. They're saying the best thing that you could do is leave this person. Leave the energy. You have to, because they think you're going to keep coming back. Okay? And this says, thank you for leaving me. This is what for those of you who left your person, emotionally, physically, whatever, it was the best thing that you could have done because that person isn't going to change. As much as you love them and you want them to change and you see the good in them, see, that's the problem. Is that you and I, we all see the good in people. And, you know, that's where we're afraid to make connections with people sometimes because we see the good, and then sometimes we get people like this. You know, but this is an energy that I believe that you've been dealing with in other aspects of your life, not just this person, okay? And so there's an energy that needs to be taken care of, just like with me. Okay, here's the question I have. Because remember in the video, I said, were you... Well, let me use this other set of cards. I said, I called him a DICK, right? So my question was, same thing. Were you trying to... I'm just going to go deep, deep, deep and give you as much information. Were you trying to be so manipulative or a DICK? You know what I mean? Was that your intention from the beginning? When did you decide like you were going to be that way with me? You know, was it always that way from the moment I was born? Because you know what I'm talking about, right? Oh, I don't know who you're dealing with, Gemini, or who's ever watching, but was it always your intention? So we already asked this question, but we'll keep asking because I have this question over and over, and I'm sure you do too. Okay, so, well, looks like it. Oh, man. All right, so we have the Six of Swords upside down, which is, it's the same thing that we said before. This person didn't want to transition. They didn't want to change. They're resistant to change. There it is. So when you came in, they were always this way. Were they trying to be, yes, they were trying to be manipulative. Yes, they've always been this way. This is the way. So for instance, if we're talking about a narcissistic person, that personality trait was made even before you entered the picture. So they already had their wounds that they didn't want to deal with, and then it manifested into narcissistic traits, okay, or narcissistic personality disorder, which has a lot to do with manipulation, and they're dicks. You know what I mean? These people they're horrible people, right? So yes, this person was like this well before you ever entered the picture. And here's another card, resistant to change. They'd rather confuse people, keep everybody in confused state. They don't want anybody around them to have any self-worth. Not them, not you, no one. No one is allowed to be happy. No one is allowed to have self-worth. You're supposed to worship them and love everything about them. And we're talking about covert ways of being that they were being. They're covering their stories. They're covert about everything. You don't even know who this person really is. And Johnny Depp said it so well. He said, you could never leave me because you were never there. It was never you. It was a concoction that I made in my mind that I thought was you. You know, but it's not really you. And I get that. That sucks, but it's true. You know, it's like the ideas that we make about people in our minds, which aren't really them. And then when they disappoint us, we can't understand how they disappointed us, but they did it because it was never them in the first place. You made it up because you wanted that to be the case, but that's not really who they are. It's not authentic. It's not genuine. So Gemini and me, all of us, we need to surround ourselves with authentic, genuine people. And if they can't be authentic and genuine, that's a red flag and they need to go. You need to start listening to your intuition and being honest with yourself. Stop listening to outside sources. If the person is right for you, then you will know. Here I get the hiccups again like last time. I haven't had hiccups at all, and now I'm getting it again. I hope I'm not going to have problems. Okay, being in this person's energy. So look at this. They don't want you to have a foundation. They want you to have holes in the walls because they do. They have holes. They don't want to fix it. So they want to carve holes into yours as well. And sometimes they'll look for people that already have holes and they want love so desperately. And they're like, oh, this person's so easy to control. You know, and that was, my mom used to say that about me when I was a kid. She would always say, you're so easy to manipulate. You're so easy. You're so gullible, she'd say. You're so naive and gullible. You just believe anything. And that's because I could see like the beauty in everybody. I could see, and I hate that I could see the beauty in her because she was a horrible person, or she still is. You know what I mean? She's a horrible person. And I hate that I could see her light. I hate that I can see the light of people even when they do bad. Because sometimes I get confused just like you. And I don't see the red flags. I ignore the red flags. And so you and I, we need to start listening to the red flags and start hanging out with people who are more like us. Okay, so here's the next question. Did you ever even care? Did you ever care about me? Because I swear sometimes I felt like you cared about me. You know, there was times I felt like I got to you. I felt like there was times where I could see the wheel turning and maybe we were going to get somewhere, right? Did you ever even care about me at all? Like, did you have an ounce of caring about me? Let's find out. Did this person ever really care about us? It was never about you. First of all, a person can't care about someone else if they don't care about themselves. I need more information on this, please. I think they idealized the fantasy that maybe they could care about someone. They thought that maybe if you saw them and gave them what they needed, that maybe they could care about you. That's interesting. Like they thought that maybe if you filled them up, because they saw that you could love, so they thought that if you filled their cup, that they could love you. But what they realize is the cup doesn't, they didn't realize this. What they need to realize is that the cup doesn't come from other people. The filling of the cup doesn't come from other people. It comes from you. You have to fill it for yourself first. Like, you have to fill up your own cup first. Sorry, I dropped a card. That's why I don't generally do flipping cards, and I do it differently. So I think they thought that they would have a new beginning in life with you, but as time went on and they realized that you couldn't do what they needed you to do, well, now it's your fault. It's your fault. Everything's your fault now. You didn't do what you said you were going to do for me, dang it. That's kind of the energy is, you know. They thought that if you were in their life, that they would stop starving. themselves of love. Like they would get the love that they felt like they were starved from. Like the world, this is very narcissistic energy. I'm going to tell you right now. The world starved them from love. And they thought, oh, well, this person loves me so much. You know, yeah, I bet you if they loved me enough, then maybe I can quit, you know, I can get love. I don't know. It's like this really weird, I'm just moving these up so we can use this, but it's this weird thing. Like, and the more that you loved them and they still didn't feel loved, then they felt like you were the broken one. It's you're the problem, not them. It's you don't know how to love right. You're a problem. You're an issue. You're a mess. Like you can't even do this right. You can't even love me right. What's wrong with you? And so the will wasn't moving forward. So, and like I said, they idealized this and thought, you know, like if you love them enough, then maybe they will feel love. But the more love you gave them, it was never enough. It just could never be enough because their cup just kept emptying. You could never fill their cup up all the way. And then they got really upset about that. They felt like you didn't work hard enough. You didn't work hard enough for that. And you're not my new beginning. So because you're not my new beginning, I'm not moving forward with you. There's more. I'm not moving forward, and I'm protecting. They're going to protect themselves now from you. You're the problem. Okay, well, I'm going to grab all these cards now because I might need them again, okay? I still have more questions. I don't know how long this is going to be, but I'm diving into this energy as much as possible. I don't really like to dive into this energy because, like I said, it kind of messes up my digestive system, but I'll take digestion because I have a lot of that. So that's what I did yesterday. I was fine. It was just a weird thing. I wanted to tell you about it. Okay, so... next question. Here we go. Kind of the same question, but we'll dive into it again. Were you using me? Were you just using me from the moment that you saw me? I'm going to say yes, because we already kind of know that they saw you as maybe you were going to make them feel love, but because they don't love themselves, they couldn't feel love. No matter how much love you gave them, you could never give them enough. You could never make this person happy. You can't make other people happy. They're either happy or they're not. And people share their happiness with you. That's how it works. You know, you find people that, and here's the thing is they fooled you and made you believe that they were happy. But you didn't get to know them long enough. You really didn't. You didn't, you know, these people want to get married fast. These people want to have relationships really fast. These people want to have babies really fast. Like I remember dating a couple of guys when I was younger, and I had several of them that were like, let's have babies. Like, I'm like, dude, no. You know what I mean? I was like, no. I was like, I don't know. Like I remember one time I had an issue and I was afraid that I might have been pregnant with this person. And I remember like we were barely like together very long. And I remember him being like, I would have a baby with you. I was like, yeah, I'm not planning on having babies till I'm 35, or I may not even have any at all. So I hate to burst your bubble, dude, but that ain't happening. But it was just like so fast. And that's when I knew. I was like, ugh. I felt so uncomfortable with that. I was like, so if these people are talking about having babies and you only been dating them like I don't know, like a week or two or a month or two or something like that, and they're already like, I want to have babies with you. Like, oh, like, you know, the conversation could be like, oh, you know, I could see myself parenting with you one day. We share the same values. That's a different conversation of, I think you should have my baby. No, I'm good. I don't need to be trapped with people. I've been trapped with people my whole life when I was a kid. I'm not trapping myself with a baby. So, but that's sometimes what they'll do. So that's what my mom would do, is she would go and have babies with men really quickly so that she would trap them. So, you know, you got to be really careful. And I'm not saying all women do that. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying this type of energy that I'm in right now, that's the type of person we're talking about. So, were you using me? The love was never there. They were never planning on changing. And, you helped take all the responsibility and burden from them. So answer that for me. What do you think? You took all the emotional burden from them, and you took all the responsibility from them. They didn't have to do it anymore. They didn't have to think about that anymore, whatever we're talking about, whether it's money or duty or, you know, just the fact that you took all their pain when they would be like, oh my God, my life is so horrible. And you're like, yeah, it is. I'm so sorry. I'll take all that energy and pain from you so you don't have to feel it, you know? And then they're like, you know, then they feel better, and then you're sitting over there feeling like crap, you know? So yeah, the answer right there is pretty obvious. They were never really in it from the beginning. So are you ever going to apologize? Well, that's his cards right here. Let's find out. Are you ever going to apologize? And I'm using the shadow cards because we're talking about a shadow person right here. So these are the dark cards because they're shadow cards. This is the shadow part of ourself. What are they really thinking? You know what I mean? And not all of them are bad. And if they're upside down, sometimes that's, you know, it just really depends. Ooh. Okay. You ready? When they're upside down, it means the opposite. So here's the answer. Are you ever going to apologize? This card, right side up, says, I want to tell you so much. This one says, I want to keep secrets from you. Okay, we'll just read these first before you answer the question for yourself. This one upright says, I know I made a mistake. Upside down, they think they did the right thing. They don't think that they did anything wrong. I did exactly what I was supposed to do. Whatever happened to you because you deserved it. I didn't. I was the one who was above this. I'm above what happened to us. I'm doing great. I don't know about you, but you're the one who screwed up, so you should feel bad, not me. I feel amazing. You're messed up, not me. That's the energy that we're in right here. Okay, so we're not right for each other anyway, so I don't care. You're not my person. And I've been struggling before you were here. Now, I'm not trying to do anything about it, so thank you for leaving me. Thank you for leaving me. Thank you for leaving me feeling like I'm feeling right now. Screw you for leaving me, because you should have never done that, because you're supposed to make me feel better. You're supposed to chase me. You're supposed to come after me. That's the type of energy that we're in. And it's a good thing you left them energetically, or whatever you did. You did the right thing. Okay. Do you feel sorry for how you feel? We kind of already know the answer to that, right? But let's dive into it. Let's find out. It's funny how these are all kind of the same questions, but they're all asking the same question. I could have narrowed this down to one or two questions, but when you're hurting like this, and when you've had somebody hurt you like this, the questions are the same, but they come out differently. But they're the same question. Was this person ever right for you? They were right for you at the time because you needed that lesson. Okay? Here we go. Let's find out. Do you feel sorry? Do you feel sorry for how you treated me? 8 of Wands, upside down. They know okay, so I need to read all of these together is what I'm being told. Queen of Wands, upside down. They're fake. And 10 of Pentacles. You're not going to like this answer, but I'm going to give it to you. They feel like you deserved it because of the energy that you were in was a panic energy. You were waiting for your love, and you had love in your eyes, and you were so easy to manipulate. It's your fault. You were easy to manipulate. That's what they say. And they felt you were stuck in life. And you were perfect. You were the perfect candidate for this. They were fake. They came in. So this is how you want the Queen of Wands, but this is her being fake. She's not real. She is. This could be man or woman. All right. Selfish, insecure, and jealous. And you were easy to manipulate. Do you think that they feel sorry for how they treated you? They believe you deserved it. The 10 of Pentacles, upside down. They believe that you should have your dreams shattered that they just want to dispute with you, and they just want to they just want you to fight together because that gives them an energy that they want. For whatever reason, they just want to keep like egging you on so that you'll fight with them. So I'm not feeling like this person feels sorry for treating you the way that they did or treating me the way that they did. I don't feel like there's a sorry. Okay, do you feel like you took this out on the wrong person? It doesn't feel like it because look at what we're getting, right? I'm gonna ask the question, but don't you feel like maybe you took this out on the wrong person? Don't you feel like I'm not the one who really hurt you? So why are you? Didn't you ever have an ounce of maybe you shouldn't take this out on me? I didn't do that. I didn't give you the narcissistic wound. I just was born in my case, right? Some of you guys were like, I just like married you because I loved you, or I was with you for as long as I was because I loved you, right? So do you think that maybe you took this out on the wrong person? The answer is no. No, they don't feel like they took it out on the wrong person at all. They are very unfair. These people are very unfair. They have lack of accountability and they're just dishonest. That's the card that came out. They were using you for narcissistic supply. That's what this means. They were trying to steal your love, steal your cup of love. They wanted to take it from you. See, they're trying to take it from each other. And yours is golden and bright and beautiful. And theirs is dark and mine's empty. And I need yours. I need it. I need it now. You know what I mean? That's how it was. It's like, give me all your love. Give me all the love. No, you can't have friends. No, you can't do this. No, you can't do that. I don't like that when you do that. Da 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 da. You can't do anything that makes you happy. No. Only get to do what I want you to do because I'm the one who's in control of this relationship. Ew. Okay. And 7 of Wands is the other one. And that's upside down as well. This person wanted to overwhelm you because they saw that you had a lack of confidence within yourself. So even though you may have felt confident, maybe you showed them something that made them feel like they could take advantage of this situation. And when I think about somebody's, even my own, it sucks because you want to be vulnerable with people and you want people to see you for who they are, for who you are. And now I don't want this to close any doors for you, for new people. What I want this to do is to help you understand the red flags so that when new people come into your life, that you're more cautious with yourself. And, if the person can't wait to hear your vulnerabilities, then that's a red flag. If they have to know everything about you within the first couple of weeks that you met them, that's a red flag. But if they can give you space and they can wait for you and, they can wait till you're 35 to have a baby instead of when you're 17, then there you go, right? That's awesome. And that means that's your person. That's fine. I will wait for you forever. That's your person. Cool. If it's someone that you haven't been talking to for whatever reason and they're giving you space, and they're still loving you anyway, even though you're far apart, that's your person. If you're a person, so I guess you just need to distinguish between the two. Don't be afraid to be vulnerable, but so find your person that you can be vulnerable with. And I know you thought it was this person. Well, shoot, mine was my mother. You don't think I didn't think that I couldn't be vulnerable with my mother? What's that about? You should be able to be vulnerable with your mother. Right? And for you, those people who are in a love relationship, you should be able to be vulnerable with your lover. If you can't be vulnerable with your lover, you can't have real sex anyway. So you need to be able to be vulnerable with someone on this planet, you just have to be careful about these people who love bomb and these people who show you how amazing they are and they're really not. Next question. Do you have any remorse? Let's use these. Do you have any remorse for what you did to me? Do you feel bad at all for what you did to me? My mom, she has ruined so many parts of my life. so many times. Every time I'd get on stage, she'd belittle me before I went out on stage, and I'd be crying before I got out on stage. I mean, I could just go on and on and on about all the abuse, you know. So I can imagine what you guys went through. But sometimes I want to know too, do you have any remorse for what you did and how you treated me? Any at all? And I know you feel the same way. Okay, here you go. Don't cry, because these are really sad. I'm just going to be honest with you. Like, I feel like crying. Okay. They're not happy with you that it's over, and they're holding resentment about it. Okay? They want to be able to control you, and you're not there, or you're not there fully. Maybe you might be there physically, but you're not there fully. They don't like that, and they're holding resentment about that. And these are the type of people that will use that resentment and do things with it, okay? They lied to you, they lied to you, they lied to you all the time. You don't know anything about this person. This person is a liar all the way. You're a liar, right? They're a liar. They wondered how far they could take it. Like in my mom's case, she played with the idea of killing me. I'm not even kidding. I'm not kidding at all. My dad told me that when I was little, she would, like if I was standing in front of a car, she would wait until the absolute last possible minute before she would grab me when the car was backing up. My mom would take me to high places and pretend like she was going to drop me, like canyons and valleys. Is it like a real tiny 2-year-old, 3-year-old, 4-year-old? She would pretend like she was going to drop me down the canyon. She'd lead me places. She'd take me to the forest and pretend like she was going to leave me in the forest, and that I was going to have to fend for myself with the wolves. That's how she would be. And when I got really sick when I was a kid in middle school. I was in 8th grade, and she never took me to the doctor and said that there was nothing the doctors could do for me. I was 90 pounds when I got sick. I was 100 pounds when I got sick, and I lost 15 pounds. So I was 85 pounds when I got back to school. I was out of school for 2 months, and there were several times in that period I thought I was going to die. I swear my mom was trying to kill me. I think she toyed with the idea of trying to kill me. And that's what's coming up right here. I don't think she thought it. She toyed with the idea. She pushed me. Of course, we all got pushed in the pool when we were kids. But I'm telling you, I think my mom did it because she wanted to kill me. I think she wanted a freak accident to happen, and to make it look like it wasn't her fault. If my mom could have made it look like it wasn't her fault, she would have done it. She would have killed me. I have no doubt about that at all. So, they wondered how far they could take this, how far you would allow them to take this with you, because your body language said so much. They can read you like a book. And they said the card right side up says, I pretend that I don't care, but it's upside down. So you tell me they pretend like they care. And that hurts. That hurts the most. Like, I pretend like I care. They really don't care. Okay, so guess they don't have any remorse. I have 3 questions left if you want to stay with me. Or 4 questions, I'm sorry. All right. And these are not the same types of questions we were answering, but I dove in as much as I could for you guys. Okay, now we're going to ask these questions. Why the F did you do this to me? And I'd love to just say that it's on the channel, but I'd have to say that I said it, and so, because I'm a truthful person, I'm not going to lie and say I didn't say anything. So I try to keep my channel as clean as possible, because I will feel bad if I lie. So I have that in me. I can't. It drives me nuts. Okay. Because my mom was such a liar, and she lied about everything. It's like if I lie, I'm like my mother. And so there's this discourse inside of me. If I even tell like the smallest bit of a lie, I feel like I'm my mom, and it just drives me crazy. So I can't lie. So lucky for you, I can't lie. But my mom would say when I was little, she's like, we would go to you all the time because you would tell the truth on everybody. Okay, well, so if you want me to lie for you, we can't be friends. I'm sorry. The most I can do is not say things, but I can't lie. So that's just not who I am. All right, so this is it. Why the F did you do this to me? Why? Why did you do this to me? I already see it now. They're already showing me the karma card. Okay, well, if that's the case, then I want to see it. Let's play with the universe right now. That's the case. Let's see it. I see it. I see the karma card. I see the lesson. I see, oh, they're showing me those cards now. Now I can say it. Okay, got you. I got you. Okay. Okay, I do not see the karma card, but let's see. I see they're saying that you have to understand the chemistry where red flags are. You need to be able to understand that. You have to understand the narcissistic chemistry. You have to understand the dark chemistry. In order to see light, you have to be able to see the dark. And that sucks, but the world is of balance. The world is balance. In order for you to balance your life, you have to be able to see both. And you have to be able to see both when you're in love too, because if you're a person who sees the light in everybody and you see the beauty in everybody, you have to be able to see what part they're playing, because you could be seeing the God's light, because we all have light in us. Remember, I talked about that in one of the videos, that there's only so much the darkness can do because they're really made of the light. So there's only so much they can actually do to you, because they are really of the light. In the end, we're all light. In the end, when we die, we all go to the light. We're the light. So, for instance, in this planet, it is made of a lot of darkness. You can't get sucked into the darkness. You have to be able to discriminate. Those are the words. You have to be able to see the difference between the two. And you have to see that there's some people who come in and pretend like there's something. And you, in order to be a master of this lifetime and a master of yourself, so I'm obviously talking to old souls. In order to be a master in this life, you've been in this lifetime so many times. In order to master this is one of the hardest things to master, is a narcissistic relationship. So if you're in a narcissistic relationship, you're on the road to mastery, or you're already a master and you're learning one more skill. And so this is a very important skill to understand and learn. Why did they do this to you? Is, well, they were supposed to. It's in the contract that way. We already know, because they showed me in my mind that is it. But it's about past lives. You were probably narcissistic in their past life. You played the other role, or you're going to play the role in the next lifetime. So you kind of have to have the experience in your Akashic records so that you can play it next time for them. Or that if this is the last time you're going to play this role, if you're mastering this role, then you have to have the knowledge. And they're showing me, for me, so when I went to QHHT, I learned that I didn't really have to come back to this lifetime, and that I actually came back to this lifetime for my husband and my children, my daughter specifically, and my husband. My son just came along for the ride, because he likes being my son in these lifetimes. So that is really cool. My soul's really, really old. Like I was a guide for the Atlanteans, which means my soul's really, 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 really old. But the interesting thing is, in order to help my husband with what he's going on in his life, because he asked me specifically to be here for his lifetime. Please be here for my lifetime, because I want to do this specific thing, and I know that you have a lot of skill in it. So in order to do that, I had to go through my experience with my mother and continue going through my experience with my mother, because what my husband was experiencing in his life, he had it in so many different places. I had to be able to show him here, and for him to be able to rely on that information so that we can move forward in this lifetime, and he can have lots of healing. He asked to come to this lifetime to have lots and lots of healing, and to level up as much as he can. Like, he came very, very, what do you call it? He has a high achiever mentality in his soul. Like, his soul is saying, I want to achieve all of these things. And he was like, I need a master to be with me on the earth, not just in my soul realm or whatever, not just in the other realm, but I need someone here to guide me, that can channel, that can listen, that can move me through all this energy. And so that's basically what they're saying. It's like, you have to learn this for whatever reasons going on in your soul path, in your soul life. You had to come in contact with this person. They had to show you the darkness so that you can see more of the light, okay? You have to be able to understand somebody who's being secretive, someone who's really disconnected, someone who disconnects you from your own intuition, someone who withdraws and they withdraw from you and they become silent from you, and you don't understand them, and you're having to sift through all of this silent, secretive energy. But the main thing is this person came into your life because if you would have listened to your flippant intuition, you would have never gotten into this in the first place. And I remember reading for one of my friends who had dealt with this sort of issue, and when I was reading, I was like, this isn't your person. However, they're a great person to learn from. So that is really important for you to understand, is sometimes that not your person, like your person, but they're great for you to learn for right now. And it sucks, some of the stuff that we have to go through in order to learn this. But guess what? You learned it, right? They're not your person. They're not your real person. That's what the Temperance is saying. This is not your person, but boy, do they teach you a lot. They taught you a lot. And we have to understand that those lessons are so invaluable. You know, they created the imbalance for you so that you could see balance. They created the disalignment for you so you can realign yourself and you could more trust yourself more. They created excess in your life so you can want and pray for simplicity. Okay. All right. So what did you gain from this? What did you gain from hurting me, from doing this to me? What did you gain? You know, that's my next question. What did you gain from this? From hurting me, from all that abuse that I went through, and still hurting me today by telling my father all these horrible things about me. He hasn't even talked to me because he thinks I'm a horrible person. You know, what did you gain from that? I already know because I heard it. But let's see what they're gaining from you. I already know what she gained. Her narcissistic supply. Oh. Okay. They put their investment into you, into this relationship, that you were going to heal their pain, that you were going to do it for them, that you were so enlightened, you were so wonderful, you were so loving, that you were going to heal them. That's what they thought that they would gain from this. But, you know, they realized real quickly that they weren't getting the personal closures they wanted to. They wanted to take this shortcut with you, and it just created more delays in their life, and they were getting really frustrated. So the Five of Wands, interesting. I kind of want to pull on that. I want to see a little bit more. Basically, in the end, I was right. This is narcissistic supply. That's the ultimate thing, was the happiness that you brought them by loving them so much, and they didn't have to love you. They didn't have to give you equal give and take. So what they got from it is they got to practice conflict. They got to practice giving someone information overloading someone up. They practiced a lot with you with the skills that they were developing for their next victim. That's what they gained from it. They got a lot of experience that they needed in order to hurt the next person that they're going to hurt. So even if they look like they're happy, it's just like they made it look like with you. So if you see this person in a relationship with someone else and they look so happy on Facebook and it's so wonderful, let's be clear that they did that with you too, and now they just got better at it. So that's why I'm going to caution you from going back to this person, because they just got better at manipulating you. They got better at manipulating someone like you were a challenge for them. And they overcame that challenge. Now they're like, oh, I could freaking manipulate anybody now that I manipulated you. You know, okay. So here's the next question I have. If I wasn't enough for you, will I be enough for anyone? Okay, I'm going to take all these cards. I forgot that I had that question. So if in my case, if I wasn't enough for my mother, would I ever be enough for anyone? Good question. And for you, it could be your lover, it could be your friend, whatever happened. If you're saying the same thing, if I wasn't enough to make this relationship work, will I ever be enough to make any relationship work? Wow, that hits home. You know. Will I ever be enough for myself? Will I ever be enough for anything? Not just anyone, but that's a good question. Will I ever be enough for anyone? Oh. Oh my gosh. All right, here we go. The answer is yes, because you got the Empress. That is beautiful. That is the best card that you can get for self-love, self-doubt, self-anything. And they're saying that what you need to do is you need to learn. See, in this card, the daggers are coming at her head. And at this one, the daggers can't touch her because they are opposite. They are backwards. That's what this relationship has taught you to do. To not allow people to penetrate you in this way. You had a big personal transformation from this. And it was like the rite of passage for you. There was a lot of release that came out of this. It made you see your dark side, the darkness, not just of you, but of relationships, of the world, of everything. It made you go inside and take a look at the dark shadows that were plaguing you and making you believe that you couldn't move forward and couldn't be something. There was a lot of obstacles and delays and frustrations. And in the end, there's happiness. The Ten of Pentacles, you can't get the best. That's the best. So these two cards are the answer. This is what the lesson brought you. And those are the answer. The Empress and the Ten of Pentacles. Will you, if I wasn't enough for you, you weren't enough for them because they created this. They created all of that. Well, actually, this is being invincible. My bad. All three of these. They created this so that you would look at this so we can love ourselves more and we can become more invincible. We can become like a superhero and get our Ten of Pentacles and get what we really want in life. So the answer is yes. You were always enough. They weren't ever enough for you. And we have to remember to see it that way. The perception of asking that question is wrong. The perception should be, if you were never enough for me, will anybody ever be enough for me? That's the question. And the answer is yes. That there is no such thing as being enough. And enough comes from, for those of you who had narcissistic mothers, I'll throw this out there. There's a book called Never Good Enough. I can't remember who it's by. It might be in the description, but I don't think so. I might have to find it. If I do, I'll put it in the description box for you, a link. It's called Never Good Enough. And it talks about the relationship between a narcissistic mother and if you had a narcissistic parent. So if you were a guy and you had a narcissistic mother, you might be able to read it and get some about it. The relationship is a tiny bit different when it's mother-daughter because the mother sees the daughter sees herself in her daughter. Where it's a narcissistic son and the narcissistic mother sees the son as an extension of herself. And so there is a little bit of a different relationship, but pretty much the same if you wanted to read that. Anyway, the last question that I have is, if I were to go back to you, would you hurt me more? So if I were to go back to you, would you hurt me more? Let's find out. And I hope this was helpful. If you like this reading or entertained in some way, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And at the end, I'll have the Gemini video. I will put it there because it's not that difficult for me to do. And thank you for coming and checking out my channel. And thank you for supporting me. Let's get this last question. If I were to go back to you, would you hurt me again? Oh. I'm just going to show you these cards. One by one, okay? Each one of them is upside down and each one of them is dark. I'm just going to preface it that way. The Three of Swords upside down. And this is, I just want to kind of have you look at what that looks like. I'm just going to hold it still. if you were to go back to them, they will, how do I want to put this? If you were to go back to them, you will have lots of heartache, emotional pain, sorrow, grief, and hurt. Lots of negative self-talk because they will activate that in you. They're trying to teach you to hurt yourself when they're not there, so that if they're ever not there, they can continue to control you. They are not trying to transform. They don't want you to transform. They don't want anybody to change in any way. They want to control the situation exactly the way they want it to be. So if you were to go back to them, they will hurt you more. And here's the last card. The Five of Wands. There you go. It's upside down. And that is, they want to have conflict with you. They're in competition with you. They want to disagree with you. They want to hurt you with swords, with death, with wands, with anything they can. Physical inflicted on you, mental inflicted on you. They want to hurt you because they hurt. And why should you be happy? And every time you're happy, they're mad. And every time that you're hurting, they are happy. They're not there to console you. They're not there to help you. Not really. They may say the words, but they may talk the talk, but not walk the walk. All right, so I don't want to end on that. That's a horrible note to end on. What I do want to end on is some high vibe cards. What can we do to help ourselves with this relationship now that we dove into the ugliness of this relationship? Now that we've dove into the pain, what can we do to help ourselves? I'll get a crystal, and I'll get a high vibe card, and I'll get some advice. And I just want to say that I'm sorry you're dealing with this, who's watching. I'm sorry. I know what it feels like. It sucks to love someone so much and them just want to hurt you. I could never understand it as a child. I could never understand that. Especially when I had my own kids. How could you want to hurt your child? What is wrong with you? Like, I was abused, and I never emotionally, physically, any way you can imagine. My mom used to read my diaries and tell everybody about it. Oh, any way you can imagine, I was abused. And I would never treat my children, my friends, my husband, anybody like that. Because I believe that you believe we deserve it because you had it done to you? What an entitled F-wit. You know, I wish I could say that. Anyway, here we go. Think of someone you love, something that makes you happy, or imagine your favorite place. Hold that feeling and hold it for as long as you can. The longer you hold on to the good feeling, the longer they stay. Do a meditation where you imagine your lover, the person that you love so much, and you imagine them holding you. You imagine them being there by your side, someone who loves you so much. And you want their love and they want your love, and that's the vibration you want. This is not the vibration. This person was wrong on every level to you. They don't deserve you. You deserve this. Laughter, laughing instantly shifts a situation or environment into a higher vibration. Hang out with kids, watch a comedy, or just start laughing. If nothing else, start to smile. So what I do in my case is I don't think about my mom. I don't think about her. I don't give her a time in my brain at all. The only reason why I dove into this is I was diving into this energy. Otherwise, I don't care about that lady. I never want to see her again. It's the whole reason why I don't go back to my hometown. Whole reason why I didn't go back to my hometown all these years. I never want to be in that lady's presence ever again. I don't care about her. Call me when she dies. I want to see that she's in her freaking grave. That's all I care about. Call me when she's dead so I can see it for my own eyes that that woman is in her grave. That's how I feel about her. Don't tell me it's her birthday. I don't care. I don't even think about her on Mother's Day. None of it. That woman doesn't deserve to be a mother, right? So laugh. Don't think about her. Think about something completely different. And understand that, I can't say it, but there's the card. It happens. The SH, it happens, right? Your energy drops, your computer crashes, it's just a thing. When things go south, it's a human condition to understand, to want to understand why. So let me say that again, because I totally messed that up. It happens, right? Your energy drops, your computer crashes, it just is. When things go south, it's the human condition to want to understand why. It doesn't matter why. So this whole reading that I just did doesn't matter. It doesn't matter why. It happened. She was abusive. It happened. I'm not living it anymore. I will never put myself back in that position ever again. And you shouldn't either. What happened? That person was abusive to you. You didn't deserve it. It wasn't right on any level. And never allow that person to have any more power over you. Every excuse that you make that person comes into your life, whether it's financial or whether it's they're helping me with this or they said they do that or whatever, get him out of your life. If it's financial, go get another job. Whatever the issue is, get him out of your life. If it's financial, cut your spending down. You do not need this person in your life. They are ruining you. It's better to be broke and on the street than to have this person destroy your self-worth and destroy you. At least if you're broken on the street, you have your self-worth still. Nobody can take that away from you unless you give it to them. And you're giving it to this person every time. We want to know why. Every time we want to think about them. Why? It happened because it's the human condition to have an issue than to want to understand why. Once you understand why, I just gave you the why, so you never have to think about it ever again. So let it go. I'm not even going to sing the song Let It Go, but basically go put that song on, pretend like you're Elsa, and let it go, right? Oh gosh. Anyway, if you like this video or entertained in some way, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Oh, I told you I'd get you a crystal because I know those of you guys who like to use crystals, because you want to put the power outside of yourself. No, I'm just kidding. Crystals are great. I use them too. I like them too. And I should have put them out for this full moon, super moon, big moon. And I said it was in Taurus. I'm wrong. It was in Scorpio. See, I'm not an astrologer. But I know there's big stuff happening. That's all I know, right? And so I forgot to put them out last night. So if you forgot to put yours out, make sure you do, because last time, I see my crystal broke. I don't know if you can see that, but it broke. It cracked all the way up here. It's almost like it's breaking. So the energy can only hold so much and it has to be cleared. Look at that. It's almost ready. I never dropped this, nothing. So I need to put this out tonight. And all of my crystals, I got to put them out. You can still put them out tonight. You can put them out anytime, but I like to use the big old moons. The moon's always there, though. Whether silly, it's always there. All right, smoky quartz, let it go. There you go. Use smoky quartz. I have some smoky quartz, so I'm going to put that on. And I'm going to be right with you, right alongside. Let it go. Don't worry about this person. Do your own thing. Fall in love with your own life. Fall in love with someone else. All right? All right, guys. Have a great day. Bye.